Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button like this video and turn on post notifications so you never miss any hot and trending gist. Because today's topic, it's one that has fans asking a big question right now. Alright, let's get into it. So recently, something caught fans' attention, and ever since then people have been asking, wait, did Maurice just confirm something? Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's break everything down properly. Because when you look closely at what happened, you'll understand why this moment has people talking. Let's start with what triggered all of this. There was a recent interaction, whether it was a comment, a statement, or even a subtle moment, that fans quickly picked up on. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal. But you already know how it goes. Once fans notice something unusual, the analysis begins. Now let's talk about why this moment stood out. According to fans, the tone felt different. It wasn't overly obvious. It wasn't direct. But it felt intentional. And that's what raised eyebrows, because when someone says or does something that feels slightly out of the ordinary, people start asking questions. Now let's bring in context. This didn't happen in isolation. Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts have already been surrounded by rumors for a while now, about their chemistry, their interactions, and whether there might be something more between them. So when this new moment happened, it didn't feel random. It felt like part of a bigger story. Now let's talk about interpretation. Because this is where things get interesting. Some fans believe that Maurice may have subtly confirmed something, without saying it directly. They see this moment as a hint, a quiet acknowledgement, something that wasn't meant to be obvious, but wasn't completely hidden either. Others, however, see it differently. They believe it was just a normal interaction, nothing deep, nothing meaningful, just something fans are reading too much into. And that's where the debate comes in. Now let's talk about the idea of subtle confirmation. Because in situations like this, not everything is said directly. Sometimes, people communicate in ways that are not obvious to everyone, small hints, tone, timing. And according to some fans, that's exactly what happened here. Now let's bring in social media again, because this moment didn't just stay in one place. It spread. People started sharing it, discussing it, breaking it down. And once that happens, it takes on a life of its own. Now let's talk about patterns. Because fans are not just looking at this one moment, they're connecting it to previous interactions, the chemistry, the comments, the appearances. And when you combine all of that, this recent moment starts to feel more significant. At least, that's how fans are seeing it. Now let's pause for a second. Because we have to ask the real question. Was this actually a confirmation, or are fans interpreting it that way because they already believe something is going on? Because that's very important. When people expect something, they're more likely to see signs that support that expectation. Now let's talk about silence again. Because after this moment, there hasn't been any clear clarification, no follow-up, no explanation. And that silence, it keeps the conversation going. Because people are left to interpret things on their own. Now let's consider another possibility. What if Maurice didn't mean anything deeper at all? What if it was just a simple, harmless moment that got blown out of proportion? That happens a lot, especially when fans are already paying close attention. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Why is this moment so important to people? Because it feels like a potential turning point, like something that could shift the narrative from speculation to confirmation, and that's why it's getting so much attention. Now imagine this: if one day Maurice, Sam, or Pearl Watts comes out and confirms a relationship, what will people say? They'll go back to this moment and say, "That's when we knew. That was the hint. That was the confirmation." That's why fans are treating this moment like a big deal. Now let's talk about what happens next. Will Maurice clarify what he meant? Will Pearl respond in any way? Or will both of them remain silent and let the speculation continue? Because right now everything is still open. Now let's summarize everything clearly. Fans believe Maurice may have confirmed something because the tone of the moment felt different. It fits into an existing pattern of interactions. It came at a time when rumors were already strong and there has been no clarification. Put all that together, and it creates a moment that feels significant to many people. But again, there is no official confirmation, so for now it remains speculation. All right, guys, now it's your turn. Do you think Maurice just confirmed something about Pearl Watts? Or do you think fans are reading too much into a normal interaction? And if it turns out to be true, do you think they should go public or keep things private? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next one.